Okay, I'll call us to order for our regular meeting here tonight. We'll ask the clerk if she'll call the roll.
Commissioner Blakemore.
Present.
Commissioner Askew.
Here.
Chairman Whitfield.
Present.
Commissioner Hart.
Here.
Commissioner Stoltz.
Present.
All right, thank you. All members are present tonight. The clerk has provided in the packet, and there's some agenda packets out on the table, and this is also provided on our website, the minutes from our regular scheduled meeting back on September the 22nd, 2022 at 7 p.m. We have these minutes. And is there any modifications, changes, or anything to these minutes? Okay, hearing none, do we have a motion to approve these minutes as presented by the clerk?
Motion to approve.
We have a motion by Commissioner Hart. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Commissioner Stoltz. Any further discussion of the board? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the minutes are approved as presented. All right, I got ahead of myself, guys. I'm sorry. I did this one time before. We need to approve the agenda. So we have a fairly short agenda here tonight. I'm sorry I missed that.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion to approve the agenda by Commissioner Askew. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Commissioner Blakemore. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. Sorry about that. Okay, we've done our minutes. Now we have our public comments. Is there anyone that would like to come speak? We'd give you up to 5 minutes to speak before the board and staff here tonight. Okay, hearing none, we'll move forward. Under new business, we do have one action item, and this is a document that comes from ACCG, and this is pertaining to our employee 401A and 457 plan only. And so when you see mentioned in here defined compensation, that is the 401A plan. And what this is basically doing, this document, is to give our employees more options of funds. Mm-hmm. So currently what we've had since we entered into this plan with ACCG is the only thing that has been available is Tier 1 and Tier 2 type funds. And so they are trying to get all of their plans on the same page, and there are 122 plans that do not have the level 3 tier. It wasn't anything that I was aware of that we were missing anything, didn't have any knowledge of this when we signed up for the plan. I don't know when they started offering this Tier 3, but it just gives more options to the employees, because in these plans, the employees get to pick how they invest the funds. And so this is not pressuring any of them to invest in any of those funds. It's just giving them more options. They have full autonomy to invest how they want. This just establishes this to get it into the service agreement, to notify the third-party vendors that we are in agreement with this to start offering the Tier 3 group of funds there. So that's where the Schedule D2, the investment option election, and it's indicated there that effective January 1, 2023, the employer hereby elects the investment options below to be offered under this plan. Tier 1, asset allocation option. Tier 2, index core option. Tier 3, single asset class options. And so that's, in its simplest form, what this is doing for us. So is there any other questions or comments on this?
So once a year, does somebody meet with our employees and kind of give them some guidance on some of these funds?
Yeah, that's a great question. We have the advisor with ACCG. He's a certified advisor. He comes up once a month.
Okay.
And so any employee can come once a month, meet with him on a one-on-one basis, and then also he comes in and meets with all new employees once a month to sign them up with their beneficiary and get their account set up in the system.
Okay.
So, and then they all have access to his phone number, email address, and all that doesn't cost them anything. Okay. That's a free additional service that's provided through the program, but he is available once a month in person.
Okay.
Good, great question.
Just
Anything?
just to understand it completely, you give a great synopsis there, but it's not anything that nobody's going to be forced to do anything. It's just an enhancement on what we have in place today.
That's correct. Just gives them what?
Voluntary enhancement.
Yeah, voluntary enhancement. It's just giving them what, about 2, 4, 6, 8, about 9 more options
Yeah.
to invest into.
Right. It just gives them. I just want to clarify.
No, very good. Yeah, just, and then they can pick and choose. And then also too, any of these options, they can allocate a percentage of their current funds or a percentage that's being withheld out of their payroll, and then they can change it at any time.
Okay.
All right, any other questions?
No,
Okay.
sir.
Do we have the motion to approve the ACCG Schedule D2 for the investment option election document?
Yes, sir. Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Hart. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Commissioner Stoltz. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, it's approved. Okay, the next item that we have is our department statistic report for 2022, for September 2022. So intake of dogs was 104 and 16 cats. We were successfully able to return 29 of the dogs to the rightful owners. If you look there, we still didn't have any new information from our voter registration. I'm just going to kind of hit some of the high points here. But we did have 445 calls for service from the fire department, 15 more smoke alarms installed. So I know we're getting into the winter months. Just want to remind everybody at home, if you don't have working smoke alarms in your home, please contact the fire office headquarters and they will come and install those free of charge. Provide the labor, the material, everything free of charge. So we want you to be protected. Mountain Cove Farms was very busy in the month of September with the season changes, with 80 overnight stays. Home construction still steady at 11 new single permits being pulled for single-family homes. And then we added 50 new followers to Facebook. That's a good month, and 15 subscribers to our e-newsletters. Just some of the highlights of that report. And that's also in the packet and can be found online as well. And then every month prior that we've done those are also on our website also. Okay, so those were the only items on our agenda. At this time, we've come to our commissioner comments. So, Commissioner Bartmore.
Just appreciate everybody coming out, appreciate the employees and all the hard work and dedication y'all give to our county and the citizens of the county. And if I can ever be of assistance to anybody, please feel free to reach out. Thank you.
I'd say the same thing as far as our employees, for sure. We couldn't function without each and every one of the employees, and we appreciate all that each and every one of you do, whatever level you are. It's just as important as the next. General elections coming up. We talked about that last time. That's very important that you get out and cast your ballot. Let your voice be heard. Friday in Chickamauga, Friday night we're having a movie in the streets, and then Saturday's the Pumpkin Fest.
This Saturday?
This Saturday. Okay. And then the 29th of October, which I think is the following Saturday, maybe 2 Saturdays from now, will be the trunk or treat there in downtown Chickamauga at Phil's Crime Time Pizza. So bring the kids out and enjoy the festivities there in town. And like I said, call, text, email, holler, anything we can do to help. Thank you.
Also, too, to add to that Pumpkin Festival, I think they've got about 100 booths.
Oh yeah,
vendors.
Yeah. It's huge. They've got
it's going to be a big event.
Pretty good size event.
This Saturday.
That's this Saturday.
What time do you know?
Times start and end. I don't know. I know I've got to have a second downtown to block the street there at 7 o'clock in the morning. But I think it's pretty much a daily thing. Saturday, but Friday night is the. I think it's. I want to say Hocus Pocus, but I may be wrong there. Don't hold me to that. But it's some kind of a scary movie that they're showing in it. So I don't go to scary movies.
Oh,
I don't like scary movies.
Mr. Hart, sir.
Okay, so this past Monday the 10th, we had our meeting with Windstream about the fiber in the rural communities. So that's going to impact about 3,300, they said, residents of Walker County, 3,400 in the rural areas to give you fiber. You know what that means, Mark? I don't mean that.
It just means faster internet.
I wrote it down.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so currently, if you live in a rural area, you have about 50 megabytes of internet speed. The fiber they put through is going to give us about 500 megabytes, so it's going to increase it 10 times. And what we were told at the meeting was by Windstream, it's going to be at the same current rate that you pay for DSL. So right now, if you're paying $60 a month for your DSL and getting 50 megabytes, you'll pay $60 a month and get 500 megabytes on the fiber. You also have the option to pay for up to 1 gigabyte speed. I don't know how much that was. I don't think they determined that yet. But the reason I bring this up, they've asked people in those areas, which is primarily District 3 and 4, maybe some in 2, to go ahead and go online and sign up for that. So I'm assuming this is posted on our website, Joe?
It's on our Facebook page.
It's on our Facebook page. So get on Facebook. If you live in those areas, you want to sign up, they're encouraging people to go ahead and sign up now. So they just kind of know when they come through with the lines to hook up. But really and truly, it makes no sense not to hook up because it's really the same price for 10 times the internet speed. That makes me sound smart, don't it?
You took good notes.
I did take it, because I didn't know what they were saying. Okay. Not next Wednesday, but the next on the 26th, here in Lafayette, they're having the Fall Festival next door at the Methodist Church. That's a free event for all people in the area. Come out and enjoy that. And then I think Lafayette's Halloween event is on the 31st. It is, the Scare on the Square. So just 2 things happening in this area this time of year. Be careful. Watch the kids on the road, especially during those holidays. Robert?
Thank you, sir. Appreciate everyone coming out tonight, and I also want to thank all of our employees for the very hard work that they do. You keep our county rolling, and just appreciate all y'all's hard work. Flu season is right around the corner, so give our local health department a call about your flu shot. They will certainly get you fixed up. Give them a call, set up an appointment. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to ask Mr. Brown if he doesn't mind to maybe give us an update on some of our safety products that we've been able to provide for our employees.
Hey, one more thing. You brought up flu shots. Joe, do you remember that date I sent you? Was it October the health department's going to be at the Rossville Athletic Association, October the...
October 26th.
October 26th, and giving flu shots, and they said if you have insurance, bring your card. If you don't have insurance, I believe it's $15, and they said if you can't afford to pay, don't worry, they'll give you a shot anyway.
Good deal.
At the Rossville
Athletic Association.
Previously Rossville High School gym.
301 Williams Street, I believe that address.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, good.
Thanks, Bruce.
This looks complex.
No,
it's just double-sided.
And Mr. Hart, this is way too complex.
As y'all know, we got a check for workers' comp, a reimbursement from them for our premium going down. It came to $107,091. We received our ACCG grant with our employee. We got it, what was it, Becky, Wednesday? It was $6,000. So we got a total of $113,091 to spend back with the safety stuff for the employees. And if you can see, front and back, this is everything we bought. We are getting a lot of this stuff through facility maintenance. I've been working with Todd Bird and Stacy. They are putting a lot of this stuff together. They're putting it in the office it goes in. Probate has got their lift desk. They've got their new podiums. We'll be working in different departments as it goes on. Excuse me, Todd, I gave him the 5 new first aid kits, the boxes. He's going to be putting them in. If you can see, if you can read it, it's on the back page. The probate office, 2nd floor of the courtroom, Annex 2, Magistrate Court, Environmental Health. It's a huge box. It's got Band-Aids, it's got first aid, it's got the stop bleed. It's got all that in it with those facilities. but we did, when we did tally all this up, we came up to $113,062.83. We were actually short. We had $28.17 left over out of 113. So
You say almost everything that we're getting it installed and put in place for
we are now,
everything sitting
yes,
around.
we are.
David, has the sheriff's department received their thermal imagers?
They received 9 of them. There's one on back order, and then the 2 PTM 166s, they're still on back order. And I believe Becky talked to Pat Cook the other day. He's hoping to come next time and bring one and show y'all what it does.
Good.
But he wants to show y'all what they're doing.
Good.
Real quick, something on this kind of safety related on a different topic than this. I understand that there's some not citizens, some employees that has been sick in a certain courtroom, and the doctor had said something about mold, and I think Commissioner Hart asked for it to be mold tested. Can you update us on where we're at on that?
I've not conducted
Becky
any.
and I spoke about it. We got to the end of that,
Discussed.
right?
Yes, when we went over, Stacy and Todd went over and looked at the walls, and we had discussed, hopefully, if the board would agree, that we could maybe call someone. We have had several complaints with possible mold in some of the offices from water, but that has not been tested yet.
We would probably use an independent testing for somebody to do that. They have tests that you can do yourself. But on something like this, with occupancy on that and the people that are in the building, we probably need to at least get a sample and get something tested so we know what we're dealing with. It may be, you know what I'm saying, there's different levels of mold and mildew. There's different levels of things. It wouldn't hurt, I don't think, at all to move forward. If there has been some illness or anything like that, we need to move on that ASAP. Do we have somebody we've used before?
We haven't. No. The only one I know is Commissioner Askew, the one you and I dealt with the apartments on West James. It was a third-party facility from Chattanooga.
Yeah, and I don't remember. It's been so long.
I've got the notes.
If you pull that up, it's we'd used them. It was back when I was employed in the county. Let's get Mr. Brown to go ahead and make an appointment to get somebody out to at least check that for us. That way we'll know, because we're looking into the renovations at the courthouse anyway. We need to know the full scope. I think that would be something we need to move on.
Yeah.
Would
There's
you
been
guys
some
agree?
of the subcontractors have been out
Right.
assessing and working on their estimates.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, I'm talking about on this particular situation. I want to make sure that we get that looked at, so we can add that to, whatever else we're looking at doing at the courthouse for sure. So.
It can be real problematic, like mold, in folks who are immunocompromised, folks who are going through chemotherapy.
Well,
makes them susceptible to fungal pneumonia, which is
we're getting into the cold and flu season. Yeah. So let's move on that. We need to, whatever we need to do on that, Shannon. Let's get him to get somebody out and test that for us, so we'll know what we got and how we need to address it.
Anything else?
Any more questions?
Just let us know about that as quick as possible, please. Thank you.
Appreciate all y'all did, you and Becky, on this.
Oh, yeah.
Job. Great job.
Good job.
If my wife had done it, she'd have spent that $28 too, though.
Well, they're not done yet, I'm sure.
They'll buy us some Band-Aids or something. As we wrap up our commissioner comments, I did want to just echo what Commissioner Hart was saying about the fiber internet, and also to let people know that this is a rolling implementation by Windstream. So there are some people that have already hooked up. There's some streets that they've already got the fiber run, and they are running the fiber all the way into the home. So it's not a copper connectivity. Fiber all the way to the home, and the grant and all in covers the installation into the home. So there's no installation charges for anybody that signs up on the Windstream fiber as well. The grant does allow them to implement this. It has to be done by the end of the year of 2026. But their internal goal that they talked about, that they say they're on track for, is to have all 3,339 that want to sign up connected by the end of December of 2024 and get it done 2 years early. So they're moving at a fast pace. They say they've got a good supply chain and have inventory of fiber, and they're using a lot of subcontractors to get this deployed quickly. And so they are ready for people to start notifying them that are interested, so they can get them on the callback list to get installed as quickly as possible. So people that live in the southern part of Walker County, especially if you use Windstream now for phone service, you're probably a prime candidate, and they want to get you signed up. So great.
Is that map posted as well, the map that shows the areas?
I know I've seen Joe had posted that on our Facebook page where people can blow that up, that shows the mapping of the locations, but it's still a kind of a 30,000-foot view.
Right.
We have the map with the little circles on it, but not the map that they showed at the town hall meeting.
Okay.
I do have a copy of that, so I can share that, where it's more green and white.
Yeah, okay, that'd be great, yeah.
Yeah, they gave that to us. That's the first time we had seen that one, so they let us keep it. Okay, all right, so do we have a need for an executive session tonight?
Yes, I would like to make a motion to go into executive session for personnel and to take our board clerk to keep minutes since the attorney is not here tonight.
Okay, we have a motion for an executive session. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Commissioner Askew. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, we will stand adjourned until we come back from executive session.
Chairman Whitfield, can I say something just a second before I leave about Halloween?
Sure.
And candy?
Come on.
Okay.
Please, sir.
Sir. Oh, well, hey.
Hey.
I know this is out of order, but.
No.
Of course, anybody don't know me, I'm Billy Sims, Walker County Coroner. I'd just like to say, watch your children trick-or-treating. If you get candy, you go through their bag and it's been open or whatever, throw it away. We got fentanyl on the street now. It looks like M&Ms. They look like Skittles. We run into it just Sunday. They're making it, and they're stamping it, and they're putting it back in, and it looks just like Skittles with an S on it. M for M&M peanuts. Do not let your children eat anything that's already been opened. Check their candy, because I've had right at 200 corner cases this year, and 122 of them have been overdoses. So, ladies and gentlemen, and people that's watching, please take your kids to to the church or whatever. But if you're out on the streets and you're trick or treating in neighborhoods, the neighbors may not be your best friends. So please watch the children and watch the candy.
Question, Mr.
Yes,
Billy, on those overdoses, what numbers would you consider that are fentanyl related? I'm just out of curiosity.
85% of them.
Really?
Yeah. I had 3 Sunday fentanyl overdoses. And we had one earlier today, but thank the Lord in heaven, they got them back. 16-year-old child. They're playing Russian roulette with it. There's no different putting a bullet in a revolver and turning the barrel and pulling the trigger. They're thinking, well, I've done it last week at a party and I got by with it. Do it this week and you don't get by with it. So just watch. I know I'm out of order, but that just hit my mind.
That's worth talking about.
Well, it's sad when you go out and you come home and you just, I pray for them and everything, and I'm just thinking, where's the end at? The pandemic it's out there. Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you.
All right, we will go in executive. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Joe Legee, Public Relations Director for Walker County Government. The board has just entered executive session. This is a process that allows elected officials to discuss a specific, sensitive topic behind closed doors. These are topics that are exempt from the Georgia Open Meetings Act. Executive session topics must fall into one of 3 categories: litigation, real estate, or personnel matters. In terms of litigation, the need may arise for the board to consult with a county attorney on pending or potential lawsuits, settlements, claims, administrative proceedings, or other judicial actions brought by or against Walker County government, its officers, or employees. Real estate covers discussions regarding the future purchase or acquisition, disposal, or lease of property. Personnel matters would cover the discussion or deliberation on the appointment, employment, compensation, hiring, disciplinary action, or dismissal of a Walker County government officer or employee. Now, if a vote is needed pertaining to an issue discussed in the executive session, it must be taken in an open meeting. Otherwise, it is not binding. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back in a bit.
All right, it is October the 13th, 2022. My clock here. It is 7:48 p.m. We have come out of executive session. There's no action to be taken. Do we have a motion to finalize our meeting and close out?
Motion to adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn by Commissioner Hart. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Commissioner Blakemore. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, we stand adjourned. Thank you, gentlemen.
Go.